Stop right there. Before you ask God for a bigger stage, ask yourself if you have submitted to a deeper structure. Because many people today do not want greatness, they want visibility. They do not want authority, they want attention. They do not want to be trusted, they want to be noticed. And that is dangerous, because to be seen before you are ready to be trusted is not promotion, it is exposure. The world is addicted to announcement, but the kingdom is committed to preparation. The world says, tell them what you are about to do. The kingdom says, become the kind of person who can do it without collapsing. The world celebrates noise. The kingdom develops capacity. Noise seeks attention. Silence builds strength. Noise performs. Silence prepares. Noise wants applause before there is evidence. Silence lets roots go down before branches go up. Let me tell you something very plainly. If you cannot be governed in private, you are not ready to be trusted in public. I do not care how gifted you are. I do not care how anointed you sound. I do not care how big your dream is, how powerful your vision is, or how many people told you that you are special. Gift without government is a danger. Talent without discipline is a trap. Influence without inner order becomes pressure, and pressure will reveal every place you refused to build structure. God is not hiding you to shame you. God is not delaying you because He forgot you. God is not keeping you in the background because you are unimportant. No. Hiddenness is not punishment. Hiddenness is government. Hiddenness is where God teaches your soul to obey before your name is ever known. Hiddenness is where your appetite is corrected, your motives are purified, your emotions are trained, your mouth is disciplined, and your character is brought under the rule of purpose. You think you are waiting on a platform. God says, I am waiting on your structure. You think you need an opportunity. God says, you need capacity. You think you need somebody to discover you. God says, I need you to become someone who can survive being discovered. Because public exposure without private structure turns gifting into danger. It turns influence into pressure. It turns opportunity into collapse. The same door you prayed for can destroy you if you walk through it without government. Do not misunderstand me. I am not telling you to be small. I am not telling you to bury your gift. I am not telling you to live afraid of visibility. That is not kingdom. The kingdom is not against manifestation. The kingdom is against premature manifestation. A baby revealed too early is not celebrated as mature. It is rushed into emergency care. A seed dug up too soon is not honored. It is interrupted. A building opened before the foundation is set is not impressive. It is unsafe. This is why these 7 kingdom rules are not suggestions. They are requirements. They are not motivational ideas for people who want to feel inspired for one evening. They are laws of private development for people who want destiny without self-destruction. If you want to carry weight, you must first accept rule. If you want authority, you must first submit to government. If you want your life to speak, you must first learn when to be silent. And I know what some of you are thinking. You are saying, but I feel overlooked. I feel forgotten. I feel like nobody sees the work I am doing. Listen to me. Heaven sees what crowds ignore. God measures what people cannot applaud. The private place is not wasted when it is submitted to purpose. The dark room is where negatives become pictures. The soil is where seeds become trees. The hidden season is where God develops the person who can carry the public assignment. So stay with this teaching. Do not receive it as insult. Receive it as correction. Correction is not rejection. Correction is protection. If this is speaking to you, if you know somebody in a hidden season who is tired, tempted to quit, tempted to announce too soon, tempted to prove themselves before they are prepared, share this with them. Let it strengthen them. Let it warn them. Let it call them back to the work. Because greatness is developed before it is displayed. And until you can be ruled when nobody is watching, you are not ready to reign where everybody can see. Rule number 1. Stop announcing what you have not built. Let me say it again, because some of you missed it in your spirit. Stop announcing what you have not built. Do not give your dream a microphone before you have given it a foundation. Do not put a crown on an idea that has not survived discipline. Do not invite the crowd into the construction site and then complain when they criticize the dust, the noise, the unfinished walls, and the exposed wires. Premature announcement invites opinions before your foundation is strong enough to carry them. And I know what you are thinking. You are saying, "But I am just excited. I am just sharing my vision. I am just speaking it by faith." Listen carefully. Faith is not noise. Faith is obedience. Faith is not always an announcement. Sometimes faith is a hammer in your hand when nobody knows what you are building. Sometimes faith is waking up early, studying quietly, saving privately, training consistently, praying secretly, forgiving silently, and doing the work without posting evidence every hour. A seed does not stand on top of the soil and ask the crowd for permission to become a tree. A seed submits to darkness. A seed submits to pressure. A seed submits to time. A seed submits to process. And while it is hidden, it is not dead. While it is buried, it is not forgotten. While nobody can see it, something is happening inside it that the surface cannot explain. That is why you must stop confusing invisibility with inactivity. Just because they cannot see you does not mean God is not growing you. The problem with this generation is not that they lack dreams. They lack discipline. They can describe the business, but they have not built the system. They can announce the ministry, but they have not mastered service. They can post the vision, but they have not developed the character. They can talk about wealth, but they cannot govern spending. They can talk about leadership, but they cannot control their tongue. They can talk about influence, but they cannot handle being ignored. That is not readiness. That is performance. Some people do not want growth. They want applause for the idea of growth. They want people to congratulate the seed before it becomes fruit. They want celebration for intention. They want honor for desire. They want recognition for what they plan to do, not for what they have faithfully done. That is a dangerous addiction. Validation addiction will make you trade development for attention. It will make you expose a baby dream to grown critics. It will make you seek comments when you should be building capacity. There is a difference between testimony and performance. Testimony says, "Look what the Lord has done after I obeyed." Performance says, "Look at me while I am trying to become something." Testimony reveals finished faithfulness. Performance begs for attention during construction. Testimony gives glory to God. Performance feeds insecurity. Testimony has fruit. Performance has noise. Do not confuse the two. The kingdom is not against telling what God has done. The kingdom is against using spiritual language to advertise what you have not yet become. Silence is not fear. Silence is focus. Silence is protection. Silence is maturity. Silence is strategic obedience. A focused person does not explain every move. A mature person does not need every observer to understand the process. A wise builder knows that not every eye deserves access to the blueprint. You do not hide because you are ashamed. You hide because what is forming is valuable. You protect it until it has roots. You guard it until it has strength. You cover it until it can stand. So here is your instruction. Build evidence before you make declarations. Let consistency speak. Let discipline speak. Let fruit speak. Stop telling people you are changing and change. Stop telling people you are called and prepare. Stop telling people you are building and build. Stop announcing the harvest while refusing the plow. Your intentions may impress people for a moment, but fruit will answer questions you never have to respond to. If God gave you the dream, He did not give it to you so you could entertain people with it. He gave it to you so you could steward it. Stewardship begins in silence. Foundation begins underground. Authority begins where applause is absent. So close your mouth, open your notebook, fix your schedule, correct your habits, and return to the work. Because when the foundation is real, the fruit will not need your explanation. Your life will speak louder than your announcement. Rule number 2. Govern your appetite before you ask for authority. Now listen to me carefully. It is not enough to build silently if the builder has no government. Silence without discipline becomes hiding. Privacy without order becomes laziness. Hiddenness without self-control becomes an excuse. So after you close your mouth, you must confront your appetite. Because the first territory God expects you to rule is yourself. You want God to give you influence, but you cannot govern your time. You want people to respect your voice, but you cannot govern your speech. You want authority over resources, but you cannot govern your money. You want a public assignment, but you are mastered by private cravings, private moods, private distractions, and private impulses. Stop right there. That contradiction will destroy you. You cannot ask God to trust you with people when you have not learned to lead yourself. Authority begins with dominion, and dominion does not begin with a microphone. Dominion begins with your alarm clock. Dominion begins with your calendar. Dominion begins with your appetite. Dominion begins with your emotions when nobody is there to calm you down. Dominion begins with your tongue when you want to respond, defend yourself, gossip, complain, exaggerate, and prove a point. Dominion begins with your attention when everything around you is trying to rent space in your mind. Some of you are praying for promotion, but your impulses are your ruler. Your phone rules you. Your emotions rule you. Your hunger rules you. Your fear rules you. Your anger rules you. Your loneliness rules you. Your need to be liked rules you. And whatever rules you privately will eventually embarrass you publicly. Do not deceive yourself. A person who cannot say no to themselves is not ready to say yes to destiny. God designed you with purpose. You were manufactured with intention. You are not random. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake wandering through time trying to find value from applause. Your Creator built you with an assignment, but purpose requires management. A gift unmanaged becomes waste. A calling unmanaged becomes confusion. Potential unmanaged becomes frustration. Oil without a vessel spills. Power without structure leaks. Destiny without discipline bleeds out through bad habits. That is why discipline is not punishment. Discipline is protection. Discipline is the structure that keeps your destiny from leaking. Discipline is the fence around your focus. Discipline is the schedule that tells your emotions they are not in charge. Discipline is the budget that tells your appetite it cannot spend your future. Discipline is the boundary that tells your flesh, you will not sabotage what God is building in me. Do not call discipline bondage because your flesh wants freedom to destroy you. That is a lie from the pit of hell, designed to keep you gifted but unstable, called but careless, anointed but unmanaged. Real freedom is not doing whatever you feel. Real freedom is having the power to do what is right, even when your feelings disagree. A slave obeys appetite. A ruler governs appetite. A child is controlled by desire. A mature person is controlled by purpose. So here are the private tests. Wake up when you said you would wake up. Finish what you start. Keep your word when nobody is checking. Refuse what weakens your assignment. Turn off what pollutes your focus. Stop feeding what keeps defeating you. Do not pray for strength while making arrangements with weakness. Do not ask God to enlarge your territory while you refuse to clean the territory called you. If you cannot manage one day, why are you asking for a season? If you cannot manage one paycheck, why are you asking for wealth? If you cannot manage one conversation, why are you asking for influence? If you cannot manage one habit, why are you asking for authority? God is not impressed by your desire to lead nations if you cannot lead your own body, your own mouth, your own time, your own money, and your own attention. Your appetite must become your servant, not your master. Your emotions must become information, not government. Your schedule must become a tool, not a suggestion. Your word must become law, not decoration. Because the person who breaks promises to himself trains his own spirit not to trust him. So before you ask for a platform, build government. Before you ask for increase, build order. Before you ask for influence, build self-control. Rule yourself in the dark. Rule yourself when nobody claps. Rule yourself when nobody checks. Rule yourself when nobody would know. Because the first throne God gives you is not over people. It is over you. Rule number 3. Protect your blueprint from unqualified voices. Now hear me. After you govern yourself, you must govern your environment. Because what you hear shapes what you tolerate. What you tolerate shapes what you become. You cannot discipline your appetite and then leave your ears open to everybody's fear, everybody's opinion, everybody's jealousy, everybody's insecurity, and everybody's unbelief. That is not wisdom. That is contamination. Your future is too valuable to be edited by people who are not assigned to build it. Let me say that again. Your future is too valuable to be edited by people who are not assigned to build it. Stop handing sacred instructions to casual listeners. Stop exposing divine blueprints to people who only came to inspect, criticize, compare, and comment. Not every open ear is a safe altar. Not every smiling face is a covenant relationship. Not every curious person deserves access to what God is forming in you. There is a difference between counsel and commentary. Counsel carries wisdom. Commentary carries noise. Counsel comes from people who have walked with God, built with discipline, suffered with maturity, and can correct you without crushing you. Commentary comes from spectators who have never laid a brick, never carried weight, never endured process, never paid the price, but they have an opinion about everything. Counsel sharpens you. Commentary distracts you. Counsel builds capacity. Commentary feeds confusion. Counsel is assigned. commentary is available. And this is where many people destroy their assignment. They receive a blueprint from God, then they carry it to people who have never built anything, and now they are negotiating with fear instead of obeying purpose. God told them to move, but somebody afraid of movement talked them into staying. God told them to build, but somebody who never built anything convinced them it was too risky. God told them to prepare, but somebody addicted to comfort made them feel foolish for being disciplined. Be careful. If you let unqualified voices edit your assignment, you will end up living a revised version of what God intended. Do not misunderstand me. I am not telling you to reject correction. I am not telling you to become arrogant. I am not telling you to isolate yourself and call it spirituality. That is deception. Every builder needs counsel. Every leader needs accountability. Every assignment needs mature eyes. But you must know the difference between a builder and a critic, between a mentor and a spectator, between an intercessor and an investigator, between someone sent to help you and someone attracted to your possibility but hostile to your obedience. Even Jesus had crowds, disciples, and an inner circle, and he did not give them all the same proximity. The crowd could hear the message. The disciples could walk with him. But only certain ones went into particular moments. That is not favoritism. That is order. That is government. That is discernment. If the Son of God practiced selective access, who told you that everybody deserves the same access to your mind, your pain, your plans, your process, and your private instructions? Some of you are bleeding because you gave inner circle access to outer court people. You told deep things to shallow people. You gave spiritual plans to carnal minds. You gave future language to people who only understand your past. You gave your blueprint to people who were not builders, and now you are discouraged because they did not know how to honor what they were never assigned to carry. So today, audit your circle. Identify builders. Identify intercessors. Identify mentors. Identify mature friends who love your purpose more than they love your comfort. Find people who can pray without gossiping, correct without competing, advise without controlling, and celebrate without secretly resenting. And then identify the critics, the spectators, the jealous observers, the people who only appear when there is something to discuss, but disappear when there is something to build. Guard your blueprint. Guard your hearing. Guard your access. Boundaries are not selfish. Boundaries are sacred. You are not being rude when you protect what God is developing. You are being responsible. Because a blueprint in the wrong hands becomes a battleground. But a blueprint protected by wisdom becomes a building. So stop asking everybody what they think. Stop explaining every instruction. Stop giving access because you feel guilty. Let God assign your circle. Let maturity determine proximity. Let fruit qualify voices. Your assignment does not need more opinions. It needs obedience, wisdom, protection, and builders who know how to touch sacred things with clean hands. Rule number 4. Master the ordinary days nobody celebrates. Now listen to the order. After you silence your mouth, after you govern your appetite, after you protect your blueprint, you must become faithful in routine. Because boundaries without consistency will still leave your assignment unfinished. You can remove the wrong voices and still fail because you never became disciplined enough to show up when nothing dramatic was happening. You can protect the blueprint and still never build the house. Protection is not construction. Silence is not construction. Intention is not construction. At some point, you must lay the same brick every day until the invisible becomes undeniable. And this is where many people lose the battle. They do not lose because they have no purpose. They lose because purpose came dressed in ordinary clothes. They thought destiny would feel dramatic every morning. They thought greatness would arrive with thunder, emotion, applause, confirmation, and open doors. No. Most of the time, greatness arrives looking like another ordinary day, another quiet morning, another page to read, another prayer to pray, another skill to practice, another bill to pay, another attitude to correct, another small assignment to finish with excellence. Stop despising the ordinary. Ordinary days are not empty days. Ordinary days are building days. Repetition is not evidence that nothing is happening. Repetition is evidence that roots are going down. A tree does not become strong because it had one exciting afternoon. A tree becomes strong because day after day, season after season, hidden roots keep drinking, reaching, gripping, and growing where nobody applauds. You want branches, but God is watching roots. You want fruit, but God is examining patterns. You want harvest, but God is asking, can you be faithful when all I give you today is seed? Success is not one dramatic moment. Success is a series of hidden decisions made while other people are being entertained, chasing approval, making excuses, and calling distraction normal. Success is what you do when nobody is impressed. Success is studying when others are scrolling. Success is training when others are talking. Success is saving when others are spending. Success is praying when others are panicking. Success is serving when others are waiting to be seen. Success is practicing the same thing until excellence becomes your nature and not your performance. Do not tell me you are waiting for a big opportunity if you are careless with small obedience. That is a contradiction. Small assignments are not beneath you. Small assignments reveal you. They reveal your attitude. They reveal your diligence. They reveal whether you need applause to obey. They reveal whether you honor God only when the task looks important. If you cannot be trusted with the broom, do not ask for the boardroom. If you cannot be faithful with another man's vision, do not cry because nobody is funding yours. If you cannot serve in obscurity, you are not ready to lead in visibility. Let me correct something in your thinking. Boring is not always bad. Boring may be the place where your soul is being trained. Boring may be where your emotions stop demanding novelty and start submitting to purpose. Boring may be where God teaches you that maturity does not need constant stimulation. Children need entertainment to stay engaged. Mature people can stay committed because they understand assignment. The immature person needs excitement. The disciplined person needs instruction. So read when you do not feel inspired. Study when nobody is testing you. Train when nobody is recording. Pray when there is no crisis. Save when nobody knows what you are sacrificing. Serve when nobody calls your name. Practice when the room is empty. Finish the task when your emotions have left the room. Because what you do repeatedly in private determines what you can carry publicly. You are not stuck in routine. You are being formed by routine. You are not wasting time because nobody claps. You are building capacity where applause cannot corrupt it. The ordinary day is the classroom of kings. The repeated act is the discipline of rulers. The small assignment is the testing ground of greater authority. So stop waiting for life to feel spectacular before you become faithful. Start with today. Master this morning. Master this conversation. Master this habit. Master this page. Master this prayer. Master this responsibility. Do the small thing with a large spirit. Do the hidden thing with public excellence. Do the ordinary thing as if God Himself is measuring it, because He is. Greatness is not built by people who only move when they are inspired. Greatness is built by people who obey when the day is plain, the task is small, the room is quiet, and the reward is invisible. Master the ordinary days, and the extraordinary days will not destroy you when they come. Rule number 5. Refuse imitation and build from original design. Now listen to me carefully. After you master the ordinary days, after you become consistent in private, after you learn to show up without applause, there is another danger waiting for you. It is the danger of becoming disciplined at the wrong assignment. Because discipline without identity can make you successful at copying somebody else. You can be consistent and still be counterfeit. You can work hard and still be out of alignment. You can build every day and still be building something God never designed you to carry. Stop right there. Do not confuse admiration with assignment. Do not confuse inspiration with instruction. Do not confuse someone else's fruit with your blueprint. Just because another person's path is visible does not mean it is your path. Just because another person's voice is powerful does not mean you were born to echo it. Just because another person's platform is working does not mean your destiny is hiding inside their pattern. You cannot fulfill an original assignment while living as a copy. You are not random. You are not accidental. You are not mass-produced. You did not come from a factory of sameness. You were designed by a creator who does not repeat himself carelessly. Your fingerprint is different. Your history is different. Your burden is different. Your gift mix is different. Your convictions are different. Your pain has trained you in a specific language. Your experience has given you a specific sensitivity. Your assignment is not generic, it is customized. This is why imitation is not innocent. Imitation is a thief of destiny. It steals your voice and gives you an echo. It steals your conviction and gives you performance. It steals your originality and gives you comparison. It makes you study someone else so much that you become a stranger to yourself. And the tragedy is, many people are asking God to bless a version of them He never designed. The enemy of your destiny is not always failure. Sometimes the enemy of your destiny is imitation, dressed like wisdom. It says, do what they did, talk like they talk, move at their pace, build their platform, use their language, follow their formula. And if you are not careful, you will become a professional replica of someone else's obedience while neglecting your own. Do not misunderstand me. Inspiration is not wrong. Mentorship is not wrong. Learning from others is not wrong. Only a fool rejects wisdom because he wants to be original. But there is a difference between inspiration and imitation. Inspiration awakens what is in you. Imitation buries what is in you. Inspiration says, if God used them, He can use me in my design. Imitation says, if I become them, maybe I will be valuable. Inspiration strengthens identity. Imitation destroys identity. The kingdom does not need another copy. The kingdom needs sons and daughters who know their manufacturer. The kingdom needs people who can stand before God and say, I became what you designed, not what culture rewarded. Because purpose is not discovered by staring at crowds. Purpose is discovered by returning to design. What were you built to solve? What burden will not leave you alone? What injustice makes your spirit rise? What gift keeps showing up even when nobody pays you? What problem do people bring to you naturally? What truth burns in you until silence feels like disobedience? Stop asking, "Who can I resemble?" Start asking, "What was I manufactured to solve?" Stop asking, "Whose platform can I copy?" Start asking, "What territory has God assigned to my life?" Stop asking, "How do I sound like them?" Start asking, "What is the voice of my own conviction?" Because your assignment does not need costume. Your assignment needs clarity. Some of you are exhausted because copying requires constant acting. You are tired because you are carrying an image instead of an identity. You are trying to maintain a voice that is not yours, a pace that is not yours, a burden that is not yours, a platform that is not yours. That is why you feel drained. Grace flows in design. Striving increases in imitation. When you operate from design, you still work hard, but you are not pretending. You are not performing. You are not borrowing somebody else's oil. So return to originality. Honor the way God formed you. Honor your convictions. Honor your burdens. Honor the strange combination of gifts, scars, lessons, questions, and abilities that make your assignment specific. Do not despise your difference. Your difference is not a defect. Your difference is a clue. Your difference is part of your divine equipment. Build from design. Practice from design. Speak from design. Serve from design. Lead from design. Let others inspire you, but never let them replace you. Because God will not ask you why you were not them. He will ask whether you became the person He manufactured you to be. Rule number 6. Let delay deepen you instead of defining you. Now hear me carefully. Once you know who you are, you must survive the timing of who you are. Identity does not cancel process. Knowing your assignment does not mean the door opens tomorrow. Knowing your design does not mean everybody recognizes it immediately. Sometimes the most dangerous season in your life is not the season before you know who you are. It is the season after you know who you are, but nothing around you has changed yet. That is where many people lose their meaning. They say, "If God called me, why am I still hidden? If I am designed for this, why am I still waiting? If I carry purpose, why am I still being overlooked?" Stop right there. Delay is not always denial. Sometimes delay is God giving your roots time to match your future height. Sometimes the wait is not God rejecting your gift. It is God strengthening the structure beneath your gift, because what He is building through you cannot be sustained by excitement alone. Do not let waiting become your definition. You are not forgotten because you are hidden. You are not rejected because you are not yet released. You are not failing because the fruit has not appeared. A seed under the ground does not look successful. It looks buried. It looks ignored. It looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, something sacred is taking place. The shell is breaking. The roots are reaching. The life is organizing itself in darkness before it ever shows itself in light. That is how God develops people. He plants them before He presents them. He covers them before He exposes them. He roots them before He raises them. And if you do not understand process, you will curse the very soil that was assigned to strengthen you. You will call it burial when God calls it planting. You will call it isolation when God calls it consecration. You will call it delay when heaven calls it development. Listen to me. Quick exposure can destroy what slow development was meant to protect. Some of you want to be seen too soon. You want the platform before the roots. You want the crowd before the character. You want the door before the discipline. But height without depth is danger. Visibility without maturity is vulnerability. Opportunity without capacity becomes embarrassment. If God showed everybody what you carry before He developed who you are, the weight of it would crush you. That is why you must stop fighting every slow season. Pressure can serve you if you submit it to God. Obscurity can serve you. Correction can serve you. Loneliness can serve you. Disappointment can serve you. Being misunderstood can serve you. Waiting can serve you. These things are not your masters. They are servants when purpose governs them. Pressure reveals cracks, so God can repair them. Obscurity purifies motives, so you stop performing for applause. Correction removes weakness before weakness becomes public. Loneliness teaches you to hear God without needing a crowd to confirm Him. Do not misunderstand me. I am not saying every delay is good. I am not telling you to be passive. I am not telling you to call laziness patience. Some people are not delayed. They are disobedient. Some people are not waiting on God. God is waiting on them. But when you are obeying, building, growing, correcting, serving, and still the door has not opened, do not surrender your meaning to the clock. The clock is not your creator. The calendar is not your manufacturer. People's timing is not your covenant. Measure progress correctly. Stop measuring only by who sees you. Measure by what can stand in you. Measure by capacity. Measure by character. Measure by patience. Measure by obedience. Measure by whether you can be corrected without quitting, ignored without becoming bitter, pressured without becoming corrupt, delayed without becoming desperate, and blessed without becoming arrogant. Because the real question is not, when will they see me? The real question is, what is God building in me while nobody sees me? The real question is not, why is it taking so long? The real question is, am I becoming strong enough to carry what I keep praying for? The real question is not, who overlooked me? The real question is, have I allowed obscurity to deepen my roots? So let delay deepen you. Let the wait teach you. Let the hidden season mature you. Let the pressure refine you. Let the silence settle you. Do not rush what God is rooting. Do not dig up your seed because you are impatient for fruit. Do not abandon your assignment because the process is slower than your expectation. The wait is not a waste when God is using it to build capacity. Stay planted. Stay obedient. Stay teachable. Stay faithful. Keep building from design, even when the results are not visible. Keep becoming while you are waiting. Keep developing while you are hidden. Because when your roots finally match your height, you will not just rise, you will remain. Rule number 7. Protect your peace like kingdom property. Now listen to the movement. If the hidden season is long, if the process is slow, if the roots are still growing beneath the surface, then you must become a steward of your inner life. Because delay will expose what is governing you. Waiting will reveal whether your soul is submitted to purpose or surrendered to panic. You cannot build a kingdom assignment with a distracted soul. Peace is not weakness. Peace is not passivity. Peace is not pretending nothing is happening. Peace is internal government under divine order. Peace is when your spirit has a throne, your emotions have boundaries, your thoughts have discipline, and your reactions are not being controlled by every person, every problem, every opinion, every offense, and every storm around you. Peace does not mean there is no noise outside. Peace means the noise outside does not become the ruler inside. Stop calling chaos passion. Stop calling drama sensitivity. Stop calling constant reaction discernment. Some people are not deep, they are just ungoverned. Some people are not carrying a burden, they are addicted to crisis. They cannot go one day without being pulled into somebody's argument, somebody's emergency, somebody's offense, somebody's gossip, somebody's comparison, somebody's confusion. And then they wonder why they have no strength left to build. Your energy is not unlimited. Your focus is not unlimited. Your emotional capacity is not unlimited. If you spend it on everything, you will have nothing left for assignment. There are thieves assigned to your peace. Comparison is a thief. Drama is a thief. People-pleasing is a thief. Emotional entanglement is a thief. Unnecessary conversations are thieves. Constant scrolling is a thief. Rehearsing offenses is a thief.
Trying to correct every misunderstanding is a thief. Trying to satisfy people who are not committed to your destiny is a thief. And if you do not guard your peace, you will spend your life reacting loudly instead of building quietly. You cannot build silently while responding to every offense. You cannot build silently while explaining yourself to every critic. You cannot build silently while being emotionally dragged into every crisis that knocks on your door. There are some doors you must not open. There are some calls you must not answer. There are some conversations you must not enter. There are some battles you must not dignify with your attention. Not because you are afraid, but because you are assigned. This is where boundaries become sacred again. Boundaries are not selfish when they protect assignment. Saying no to distraction is saying yes to purpose. Saying no to drama is saying yes to peace. Saying no to people-pleasing is saying yes to obedience. Saying no to chaos is saying yes to construction. You cannot let everybody have access to the room where God is building your future. Some people do not come to help you build, they come to drain the builder. Guard your prayer. Guard the place where you hear God. Do not let noise invade the altar. Guard your rest. A tired soul becomes an easy target for temptation, irritation, confusion, and compromise. Guard your focus. Focus is the womb where execution grows. Guard your relationships. Do not keep people close who keep pulling you away from wisdom, discipline, and peace. Guard your atmosphere. The music you play, the conversations you entertain, the voices you trust, the rooms you sit in, the thoughts you rehearse, all of it is forming something in you. Do not misunderstand me. I am not telling you to avoid responsibility. I am not telling you to abandon people. I am not telling you to become cold, distant, and unreachable. That is not peace. That is fear wearing a mask. I am telling you to know what you are assigned to carry and what you are not assigned to carry. Not every burden is your burden. Not every problem is your problem. Not every invitation is your instruction. Not every need is your assignment. Even compassion must be governed by purpose. Some of you are exhausted because you have been saying yes with your mouth while your spirit has been begging for order.
You said yes because you wanted to be liked. You said yes because you feared rejection. You said yes because you did not want people to misunderstand you. But every false yes costs you something. It costs clarity. It costs energy. It costs focus. It costs time. It costs peace. And peace is too valuable to keep sacrificing on the altar of approval. So protect your peace like kingdom property. Protect it like something holy. Protect it like something assigned. Protect it like something the enemy would love to steal, because he knows a distracted soul cannot build with precision. Peace is better than popularity. Peace is better than being included. Peace is better than winning arguments with people who are not building anything. Peace is not an accessory to purpose. Peace is part of the equipment. Stay quiet when your flesh wants to perform. Stay steady when people misunderstand you. Stay focused when comparison tries to seduce you. Stay prayerful when pressure rises. Stay rested enough to hear clearly. Stay close to people who strengthen your obedience, not people who keep feeding your confusion. Build from peace. Decide from peace. Serve from peace. Correct from peace. Wait from peace. Because the hidden builder must have a governed soul. The assignment is too important for constant distraction. The future is too weighty for emotional chaos. The work is too sacred for careless access. Protect your peace, and you protect your capacity. Protect your capacity, and you protect your assignment. And when your season of manifestation comes, you will not arrive frantic, bitter, drained, and divided. You will arrive settled, focused, whole, and ready to carry what God built in you while nobody was watching. Now bring all of this together, because these 7 rules are not separate ideas floating in the air. They are one revelation. Silence, self-government, boundaries, consistency, originality, patience, and peace are the architecture of hidden greatness. They are the beams, the walls, the foundation, the inner structure of a life God can trust. You cannot remove one and expect the house to stand. If you speak too soon, you expose what is not yet built. If you cannot govern yourself, authority will corrupt you. If you have no boundaries, strangers will edit your future. If you are not consistent, your dream will remain a conversation. If you imitate, you betray design. If you cannot endure delay, you will abandon depth. If you lose your peace, you will build from confusion. This is why the hidden builder becomes the trusted ruler. Not because he was loud, not because she was famous, not because everybody clapped, not because the crowd approved. The hidden builder becomes trusted because private obedience produced public capacity. The private rules you obey become the public authority you carry. Let me say it again. The private rules you obey become the public authority you carry. God is not preparing you to hide forever. Do not misunderstand the teaching. Silence is not your permanent address. Obscurity is not your final identity. Hiddenness is not punishment. Private preparation is the womb where public service is formed. A baby is hidden before it is held. A seed is buried before it bears fruit. A foundation is covered before the building rises. God hides things to develop them, not to waste them. But if you come out before you are formed, exposure becomes dangerous. There is a difference between immature exposure and mature manifestation. Immature exposure demands attention. Mature manifestation carries solutions. Immature exposure says, "Look at me." Mature manifestation says, "How can I serve?" Immature exposure needs applause to feel valuable. Mature manifestation can handle applause without becoming addicted to it. Immature exposure performs for people. Mature manifestation solves problems for people. That is the difference. Some people want the stage, but they have not become a solution. They want followers, but they cannot father anybody. They want influence, but they cannot manage offense. They want opportunity, but they cannot manage routine. They want authority, but they cannot manage appetite. That is dangerous. Gift without government becomes a threat. Talent without discipline becomes a trap. Visibility without character becomes collapse. God does not merely want gifted people. The world is full of gifted people who are broken, arrogant, distracted, unstable, and destroyed by the very doors they begged God to open. God wants governed people. People who can serve without needing worship, lead without becoming proud, create without copying, father without controlling, build without competing, influence without being intoxicated by applause. He wants men and women whose inner life can carry outer responsibility. Greatness in the kingdom is not celebrity. Get that out of your mind. Kingdom greatness is responsibility. Kingdom greatness solves problems. Kingdom greatness releases others into purpose. Kingdom greatness builds systems, strengthens families, heals communities, raises sons and daughters, protects truth, carries burdens, and leaves people better than it found them. Greatness is not how many people know your name. Greatness is how faithfully your life answers the problem you were born to solve. So do not despise the hidden rules. They are not restricting you. They are preparing you. They are not delaying your destiny. They are strengthening your capacity. Every quiet yes, every disciplined no, every ordinary day, every protected boundary, every refusal to copy, every patient season, every decision to keep peace is becoming authority inside you. And I want you to make a declaration, not for performance, but for agreement. Put it where your eyes can see it and your spirit can hear it. Comment this truth: I will build silently, govern myself, and protect my assignment. Say it until your life aligns with it. I will build silently, govern myself, and protect my assignment. Because when the hidden builder is ready, manifestation will not destroy him. It will reveal what God was building all along. Start right where you are. Stop waiting for perfect conditions to obey a present instruction. Stop waiting for more money, more time, more applause, more knowledge, more permission, more confirmation, more people to believe in you. The excuse is over. The delay in your obedience is not humility. Sometimes it is fear dressed in spiritual language. You do not need a stage to begin. You do not need a crowd to build. You do not need everybody to understand before you become faithful. Use what is in your hand. Use the time you have. Use the tools you have. Use the knowledge you have. Use the discipline you have, and strengthen the discipline you do not have yet. Start with the room you are in, the schedule you have, the gift you already carry, the opportunity already near you, the responsibility already assigned to you. God does not begin with what is missing. God begins with what is submitted. So here is the charge. Stop announcing what you have not built. Govern your appetite before you ask for authority. Protect your blueprint from unqualified voices. Master the ordinary days nobody celebrates. Refuse imitation and build from original design. Let delay deepen you instead of defining you. Protect your peace like kingdom property. These are not motivational statements. These are laws of formation. These are private rules for public trust. These are the disciplines that turn a dreamer into a builder, and a builder into a ruler. Do not say you are waiting on your season while disobeying your structure. Do not say you are ready for authority while your appetite is still ruling you. Do not say you are protecting purpose while everybody has access to your blueprint. Do not say you are original while you keep borrowing another person's voice. Do not say you are patient while bitterness is growing in your heart. Do not say you have peace while every distraction can pull you off assignment. Stop right there and make the decision. This week, obey in private. Build when nobody claps. Pray when nobody knows. Study when nobody asks. Practice when nobody pays. Serve when nobody celebrates. Correct your habits before your habits correct your future. Shut the door on noise. Starve the appetite that keeps weakening you. Say no to the conversation that drains you. Say yes to the discipline that develops you. You want greatness? Then submit to formation. And hear me, your hidden season is not wasted if you are being formed. The soil is not wasting the seed. The womb is not wasting the child. The foundation is not wasting the building. God is not wasting your obedience. Every quiet decision is becoming weight. Every private victory is becoming capacity. Every unseen sacrifice is becoming structure. What you are doing in the dark is preparing you for what you will carry in the light. Your life will speak. Your fruit will speak. Your character will speak. Your assignment will speak. In the right season, you will not need to explain what God has built. Manifestation will testify. You will not need to beg for credibility. Consistency will testify. You will not need to prove your value. Fruit will testify. Build yourself silently now, and in the right season, your life will speak with authority. If this teaching is feeding your spirit, stay planted in truth. Subscribe, return, keep learning, keep growing, keep submitting your life to kingdom order. And comment the one rule you are choosing to practice this week, according to God's original purpose for your life. Not for performance, for agreement. Because the builder who obeys in secret will become the vessel God can trust in public.